Actually, if we can get that graphic on the screen, that's all the new merch that just came out today. And you've seen the guys wearing it. There's some bubble print stuff. There's some collegiate stuff. Looks super, super cool, super exciting. If we can hop that up, there it is, OTKnetwork.com. All new OTK apparel. We got some shorts in there. We got a whole bunch of different stuff. So if you guys want to go check that out, for sure. And also, again, we are doing a voting. Just another reminder for the voting that we're doing for the $25,000. There is a chat vote. So go to the Discord. There's a voting channel. There's an Expo voting channel in there. And tell us what your favorite game is. Tell us what game you think in the entire Games Expo deserves to win $25,000. Okay, it's a big deal. So I want to make sure to mention it again so you guys can go ahead and tell us what your favorite game is. Let's go ahead and go back up to our Variety Gaming panel to discuss everything. Nick, how's it going?
Well, S-Fan, it's actually going pretty awesome up here.
We suck at this.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Hey, speak for yourself. I love roguelikes. I would say that's my genre.
I believe it is, but before we get there, I have something cool to talk about.
Yeah.
Seer, this is awesome. You're going to love it, man.
Okay, impress me.
Okay, we're doing a super giveaway. Okay,
what?
Yes.
No
Yes.
way.
Oh my God.
A super amazing giveaway. 3 Voyager Creator Elite PCs. You're getting $100 merch vouchers if you win, of course. 1-year supply of gamer subs and a Razer gaming chair.
In short,
yes,
a super gift.
It is super duper. It is amazing.
Super whooper.
That is incredible. Hey, is there a chance that maybe I could get some of that for myself?
No, because we do not care about you. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Also, check out the OTK Steam page in Steam. Check it out. There's some cool stuff going on there, so make sure you guys go there and check it out. There you guys go. You can use the QR code. You can use that little short link there. Go there and join the OTK Steam community, which is something that's kind of new, but it's awesome and cool as well.
We do love that stuff.
We do. So let's get right into the roguelikes.
I've been waiting because I'd say roguelikes are my thing. In fact, I taught you how to play Risk of Rain 2. But I love it when you play Risk of Rain 2.
What do you do in Risk of Rain 2?
You go around, you upgrade your weapons, you hope for the best. It's a
How do you upgrade your weapons, Seer?
You unlock them. Chance. It's a roguelike. That's what you do. You upgrade new skills.
That's literally not.
That's literally what you do.
No, it's not. You have no clue.
You know what I do have a clue of?
What?
Atomic Picnic.
Let's hear it.
Let's talk about that. Let's get some nice little B-roll going up on the screen here. You got anime style animation, look satisfying. I mean, I can tell you one thing. Tectone will be playing this game.
So I actually got to play the demo of this game. This is...
It's got to play the demo of this game. That's so cool.
It is clearly Risk of Rain 2, which you have no clue. It takes a lot of elements from that. It's got a lot of the Hades and Vampire Survivors elements as well with the upgrade system. You saw the 3 cards popping up and the gems that you run around and collect. It seems like those 3 games kind of made a baby. And the one thing that you know, outside of that is, does it play well? It is very fluid. Something that I personally liked the most when I was playing it, that I noticed right away, is how smooth the grappling system is. You have those 2 dashes in the bottom middle, and it actually plays like butter, which is awesome. Another thing is, it's got a lot of unique enemies. It seems like they've got some cool bosses. I don't know what that tentacle boss was that they showed at some point during the trailer, but that looks kind of crazy how it spawns in like that. So I'm just curious to see, you know, how this game's going to play out balancing-wise, but I mean, if they manage to pull it off, a baby of those 3 is going to be incredible.
Yeah, they did come together and make that baby. We got Demon Spore. I mean, Nick, what do you think about Demon Spore?
Honestly, I'm just excited to be here, to be honest. It's just great. No, this game looks cool. It's top-down. You know, I personally have never really played a game like this, but I will be checking this out.
Shut up. Go. Oh, okay.
What?
Sorry, I was just looking at
You just told me to shut.
The
Okay,
map. The map looked cool because that's the one thing I wanted to ask is, like, I know it's a roguelike, but how does it play like a roguelike? Where are the upgrades? Where's the progression? And I saw that map on the screen for a second, and that's what I was wanting to see. But outside of that, the gameplay, I'm looking here at the tentacles kind of grow, and you have to shoot the base of it. I think that's pretty awesome.
You got really excited when you saw this game, and like, what about the tentacles really made you like?
Well,
what
it's
about
unique.
it? Yeah,
it's kind of like a top-down Hotline Miami, is how it feels. But I mean, it plays nothing like it because you're fighting a virus and you're fighting these little tendrils going out trying to get the base. The environment is interactable. I saw him throw a chair. It did 0 damage, but I see a explodable thing in the top right. I'm sure that can blow some shit up. So interactable stuff, unique enemies. I saw some unique little guys running and jumping at you at one point, so it's got a large variety there.
This guy's a nerd. This guy is a nerd. Technological weapon upgrades. I'm going to be playing this one for sure. Can I add it to my wish list? No, but that's okay because you can't. It's exciting, guys. What? No, it's going to be great.
What the fuck? Okay. Okay, Sierra, what do you have to say about this game?
Well, no, you said it all.
Oh, really? Did I?
You did say it all.
Why don't you add
the
something,
animation
Sierra?
looks satisfying. I mean, listen.
Does it remind you of Risk of Rain?
No, no, actually. It's a completely different style of game. I mean, listen, if we want to get technical, you blast your way out of a tentacle hell as a failed lab experiment gives birth to rapidly growing viral horror, and this action-intense roguelike inspired by 80s monster movies. So we're talking John Carpenter, The Thing. We're out there, we're in a lab, things are going crazy. Monster, tentacles, weapon changes.
Before we move on, I want to just show, I noticed it had like 3 different types of weapons, a laser, a flamethrower, each of them playing differently and seemed like they're useful in different situations, and then the music. Yeah. I'm hoping the music stays that good through the whole game because good music is some of my favorite things in it.
Well, you're not going to make it through the whole game.
Like the music in Risk of Rain.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's like...
Oh. Okay, guys. Let's go on to honestly one of my favorite games, Whisker Squadron Survivor. When I first saw it, I was super excited about, the flying, but then I realized I get to be a cat, and that is what I'm all about.
Yeah. Chance, it's literally not what you're all about.
I love that stuff.
Okay. So
there's a lot of cat going on today.
You know,
I like it.
Because people like cats, man. Yeah. They like cats. But Sierra, I talked. You take the beginning of this one. You go.
All right. Let's. So you can definitely you build up some combos. You got weapon upgrades. You got passive upgrades. The art style. Now, what
do those upgrades remind you of on the screen with the 3 cards? What does that remind you of?
Risk of Rain.
No, it fucking doesn't. Okay. It's Hades.
Sorry, can we get this guy out of the studio, please? Now, listen, the good thing is while you're doing all these upgrades, you get to maneuver and dodge objects, which is cool. Maybe you could even do a barrel roll.
Wow. No way.
Maybe you could do a barrel roll.
Me watching the game, this game looks like eye candy. It's going to be heavy on the bit rate, but that in itself can be pretty fun. I noticed there's a lot of times you can take the plane and turn it kind of horizontal like that, and there it is, or vertical. Mm-hmm. So a lot of those dodges can be pretty fun with like the bullet hells going on, some unique enemies. The lady that talked in the trailer pretty much did most of our job for us, highlighting pretty much everything.
So we can just Google over how great it looks.
We could.
Look at that.
But, we've got those upgrades. So it's Star Fox meets a roguelike.
Yeah.
And I think there's absolutely a demand for this type of game. People love Star Fox. And I think the modern way of doing it is, transforming them into roguelikes. And I'm seeing a lot of really good things on how they're doing it here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we just saw 3 amazing roguelikes. And you know what, chat? Don't forget, you can vote right now in the OTK Network Discord, okay? In the Expo voting channel. Your vote matters. There's money on the line. Get in there. Make sure you vote. It's super important. And you know what?
What? Back
to S-Fan.
What? Okay.
Back to you, S-Fan.
Are you sure? Oh, well, interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, that was great. Awesome. Show me the star facts. Absolutely. Guys, our next segment is going to be puzzles. All right, guys, our next game coming up is from, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, Martinez Cibulis is the developer, and it's a couch co-op game that uses different teamwork skills in order to solve the puzzles. And that game is called Ready, Steady, Ship.
Breaking news. The world is under severe threat. Mankind is too lazy to even go outside, but hopefully you can help. Have you got a working brain? Can you lift a box with your bare hands? Then you can save the world. Join the world's best shipping company now.
Ignition running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Best employee ever.
Ready Steady Ship is coming in September. It's a puzzle game. I love puzzle games. I think that looks great. And make sure to wishlist it on Steam. If you guys want to check it out, you guys can wishlist it on Steam. And not only that, we have another dev interview. So, Asmund, you want to take it away?
Yeah, I will. I think this is a really great time for me to come in. Obviously, it's a game that, the premise of the game clearly is that nobody in the world wants to work or do anything anymore. And now you have to solve the problem by working in the fulfillment center, basically. And thank you very much, Martinus. Sorry, I might have apologized. Sorry, I might have pronounced your name wrong. I apologize.
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay. How you doing, man?
Yeah, you nailed the name. Actually, it's all right. Greeting from Lithuania, everyone. So it kind of instantly gave me Eurovision vibes. Yeah, so first of all, I would like to give a shout out to all the teams that made it today. Like, very nice trailers, very nice game. I'm actually excited to be myself here. So about my studio, well, actually, it's just me, myself, and I.
That's your studio behind you?
Yeah, it's my home.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just decided to make a game, and I have a couple of freelancers who have helped me in different aspects of development, like music and 3D art, and basically that's my team.
That makes a lot of sense. And what gave you the idea to make a game like this?
Yeah, so I was inspired by well-known games like Overcooked, Moving Out, and I saw the trailer. Now I'm also inspired by Enchanted. As I'm a gamer myself, of course, I had a very great time playing these titles with my girlfriend, and I noticed that there are no many games like these, so I just decided to make one myself.
I got an interesting question. So you're working in a fulfillment center. Are you able to pause this game?
Yeah,
okay,
totally.
So if you wanted to take a bathroom break, you could just pause the game and go do that, then come back and keep playing?
Yeah, that's no
wow,
problem.
Okay, all right, that is interesting. And so what exactly got you into game development? What inspired you?
I'm actually indie game developer for around 7 years. I work full-time at Mobile Game Studio, and this is the game only I do on my free time. So yeah, I don't know, I'm a passionate gamer myself, and I really like making games.
All right, well, that makes a lot of sense. And honestly, game looks like a lot of fun, and we all wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much for coming on and being part of the show.
One more thing, if I may.
Do it.
Yeah, so if you guys like watching devlogs, I'm inviting you to visit my YouTube. The videos are, let's say, creative. I won't spoil too much, but you can check it out by yourself. The channel's name is Game Devas.
All right,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you guys can make sure to add that game onto your wish list on Steam. And I guess we'll go take it back over to S-Fan for the next game.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks, Asmund. We learned a lot, actually, there from Martinez. Not only did we learn a lot about the game, but we also learned that indie game devs are giga chads who definitely have girlfriends. So that is true. You can be an indie game dev and a girlfriend haver at the same time. Our next game coming up is from Playdo, and it's a cute side-scroller puzzle game. It's called Lost Twins 2. Check it out.
color access to relaxing function to wind up. I feel like Twitch is a lot of disconnected protection.
All right, Lost Twins 2. You guys can check that out on Steam. You guys can wishlist it there if you guys like. Our next game coming up is from Drachnik and Friends. It's an abstract puzzle game that you can use infinity to your advantage. It'll make sense after this trailer. Check out Patrick's Parabox, excuse me. Frick.
Okay, how long do it go? They'll get paid if I edit and re-upload them. Okay, no, I just make it to a playlist.
All right, guys, you guys can check out Patrick's Parabox on Steam. I believe it's 20% off. You can get it today, actually, for 20% off on Steam, and it's going to come to consoles this summer. So check that out on Steam right now. It's coming to consoles this summer. And yeah, let's take it to the stage to discuss. Asman?
Well, we got a lot to say. First game, Ready, Set, Ship, or Ready, Steady, Ship, excuse me. I kind of like the idea of the game, the premise. You work in a warehouse, you're doing a bunch of crazy stuff, and things just kind of spiral out of control from there. I like that a lot. What'd you guys think about it?
I immediately thought how cool it was that the developer himself, because I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, that looks like Overcooked. And then we talked to the developer and he's like, oh yeah, I really like Overcooked.
Yeah, it's like Overcooked, yeah.
It's so cool how indie devs are like putting their heart and soul into making more games, the things that they want to see in the industry. It's like actually, it makes me so grateful to be a part of this experience because, you know, devs are putting their passion in this and we get to see that on the stage.
True.
Personally, I think it looks really cozy. Like, it's a perfect game for me to unwind to, like, at night. I think it looks amazing, and yeah, just like super cute and really fun.
I would agree, Emily. This game reminds me a lot of Overcooked or Played Up, if you guys have ever played those games. But instead of really cooking, which is what you do in those games, you're moving boxes, and just completely different. But it just seems so cozy and fun to play with your friend. I mean, just honestly, ready, steady, and ship this game to my wish list. Because this game just looks incredible. I can see myself laughing until my stomach hurts with my friends playing this game, and it looks really exciting. And I'm excited to see what the devs can do.
And they let you take breaks, too.
That is a little bit unrealistic, but it's okay. It is a video game, and so we can all appreciate, you know, the focus on idealism, and that's great. The second game, Lost Twins. I'm gonna be honest. Like, the main thing I saw, like, I feel like kind of a dumbass even saying this, but like, I think the coolest thing about this trailer, I really liked the way the bird looked. I thought the bird looked really cool. And I never played It Takes Two because that would mean that I would need another friend. So, you guys ever played that?
I played the hell out of It Takes Two. It's super good. Reminded me of that instantly. And then it differentiated itself immediately when it like split the screen into four boxes, took the bottom one, put them on the top. Looks super interactive, man. It looks so fun.
That was crazy. I never personally have seen a mechanic like that in a game, and I just love the whimsical look of this, what they've done here. So, it looks awesome.
Yeah, I've never played It Takes Two or had a bird mount or anything like that. But
yeah, see that? Look how cool that bird is.
That's a cool bird.
You see how cool that's a cool bird.
It's
look at that! Wow.
Yeah, this is beautiful. It's a beautiful game. I mean, this game reminds me a lot of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. If you guys
really,
that game.
Wow.
What
are you doing in that game?
The art style is incredible in that game and in this game, which I'm very excited for. And yeah, I think this could be a phenomenal game. People love these kind of games where you basically play with your partner or your very close friend, and you just go along with a great journey like this, and it's just very cozy to play with a friend or somebody at night.
Oh, absolutely. And last game we took a look at was Patrick's Parabox, and this is you know what this game reminded me of? Peeling the color stickers off a Rubik's Cube and then putting them back where they all match up. Because I've played games like this back in the day, and I would always I would do the first 2 or 3 levels, and I would think I was some kind of a wizard or something, and then level 5 would come around, and I would just...
You know what this reminds me of? The world's hardest game.
Yes, but you can move at your own pace.
Yeah, it looks and reminds me a lot of the world's hardest game, but this one just feels way more, I guess, intricate, is what I would say.
I thought it was going to be like the trailer where you were actually in a box over and over again. So
you kind of are.
Yeah, that's true. You were in a box, but I think I like the simple movement of it. It's looks very easy to play and get into.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer and my head started to hurt, and it didn't really make any sense. And then now I'm seeing the breakdown footage. I get it, but still, I don't think I'm smart enough to play a game like this, but it looks cool, so I can watch other people play it.
Yeah, this game is just honestly very confusing to watch, but I'm sure once you get your hands on it, it's a very exciting game to play.
It's the kind of game that a streamer can play, and the viewer eventually figures it out before the streamer, and then that viewer calls the streamer stupid for a month. Yeah, no, I know this kind of stuff very well. I've got a lot of experience with that, and yeah, anyway, that's pretty much where we're at. Obviously, if you guys want to vote on these games, discord.gg/OTK network, and you guys can vote on this game. And you're also going to, of course, be able to decide the person who will win the $25,000.
And Aspen, really quick before we go, this is actually the PC, in case anyone wants to know. This is the PC that we were talking about. This is the mech PC that is brand new. This is the OTK PC. I don't know if you can see it with the camera, but that's
there.
The PC. Yeah,
there is a PC over there.
So that you don't get that PC, but it's next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the PC. We'll be back.
Okay. All right. So listen, I'm a little bit annoyed to say this, okay? And the reason why is because a few days ago, S-Fan got a chance to play Wayfinder.
What?
You guys can check out the trailer right now.
Wayfinders. Do you remember the fall? The gloom descended on Skylight. You rallied to protect the beacon, and paid a terrible price. You fell, and the world was broken. Remember who you were, who you are, and return to us. This world needs champions.
So I'm actually extremely jealous of S-Fan. I've been following this game for the last 6 months or so. They recently had a beta, but it was NDA, so I didn't get a chance to play it. S-Fan did, and he got a chance to try out the mechanics, play the game, see what it's like. How was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was sick. Just straight up, it was sick. Yeah, I had a chance. This was a few days ago. I had a chance to hook up with the Wayfinder guys and get to do a private demo online, which is cool. So we went, we played the game, did some of the bosses. I got to take a look at some of the characters, and I mean, the game is really, really fun.
Well, let's talk about the characters, right? Because in a lot of RPGs, you have the warrior, the mage, the rogue, etc. In this game, you don't play as a class, you play as a hero. However, you can customize the heroes in a pretty large way, whether it's like single target, AoE, like crit base build, dot base build, etc.
Right.
And I think that definitely, like you said, there are like echoes that you were able to get from some of the boss fights.
So,
get that to change it.
Exactly what you said. You can do that through a bunch of different weapon options. Like each character, it's like a hero, not like a class, but it's a different hero that you have the different weapon options for, and it kind of changes their kit a little bit.
Yep.
Not their kit, but their playstyle. And you can get these echoes, and you can imbue their weapons with echoes, and these will be like stat increases. These will add additional effects to your stuff, like dots and stuff, like you mentioned. And I mean, I love that.
What's the boss fight like?
The bosses are good. Okay. Actually good. There's a lot of like traditional like RPG type of mechanics. Like I know this one.
It's like this because like basically what I've seen with a lot of these fights is like there's like, okay, obviously there's a red circle on the ground, which by the way in this game, thank God, they're actually easy to see. But also you have like platforming stuff too. Where, like, you have to like dodge stuff and like run around.
Hitting the nail on the head. Color palette is amazing because you can actually see things. You can actually see the mechanics. As far as like the platforming stuff goes, on that last fight, it actually showed where you had these like squares coming at you, and you had to dodge them by jumping on the other platforms, and then it actually shifts, and then they come at you from another side.
Right.
So then you have to just have that kind of like spatial awareness and the tracking to be like, okay, boom, and then you go to the next phase of the boss.
So what was this fight like? Like this one was like the mimic. This one you told me it's a mimic fight, right?
Yeah, essentially.
It comes out of a box.
It's Grand Deceiver Maris is the name of the boss, and it has a phase of the fight, a bunch of different mechanics. You go in there and you fight them, and at the end of the phase, splits up into a bunch of different chests, and then you go and you open each chest. Sometimes they explode, they do something, sometimes it'll be like a mini boss, and then if you pick the right chest, then it actually goes into the next phase.
So like, do there like tanks and healers and DPS? How's it work?
It's not like a traditional setup like
not
that.
Trinity, but like is it like a soft Trinity kind of like where it's like kind of like tank based?
Well, you kind of it is kind of like that, but it's not like exactly like that. Everybody has like healing. You have potions like
okay, so you get like potions. You
get like potions and stuff. I mean, the way they use the potions, it's like a da type of heal. It's not like a slow chug or anything. It's like there's like a delay to it, and then boom.
So like the boss does something like, can you like parry or like, because like like in like Valheim or like a lot of games nowadays, like they've got a ton of like perfect parry, perfect dodge mechanics.
Exactly.
Right? Do they have that?
They have that exactly. You can parry, you can dodge. There's a bunch of defenses. And specifically, there is like a perfect parry mechanic and a perfect dodge mechanic. You can like counter strike with that. So it's pretty sick. Man. I mean, Wayfinder, absolutely great. It was an amazing experience getting to play it. And just to go ahead and mention, if you guys type !Wayfinder in chat right now, you guys can find out a lot more, and you can have a chance to actually become a founder later this summer. And you can go to playwayfinder.com/press if you guys want to get involved. If you are a content creator and you want to get more involved, so Asmund,
write this down.
Here, do this. Go to playwayfinder.com/press, and you can have a chance to get involved. Like me, like I was.
Okay, yeah, it must be nice, huh?
Oh, it was nice. It was real nice. Yeah, absolutely, it was. Absolutely. So anyway, Wayfinder, check it out.
Early access this summer.
And speaking of RPGs, let's go to our next segment, RPGs. All right, so next up we are going to talk about our first game, which is from Star Drifters. And it's a game where it's an action RPG where you go in, you build and explore in a crumbled fantasy world. That game's called First Dwarf.
Far from home, Ragnar.
And of all the dwarves, I am stuck here with you.
Likewise, Ragnar. Likewise. But let's make it our home then.
dragons. As far as the dragon eye can see.
And one of them will be our next stop.
True, look out!
Monsters. Don't worry. I've got it.
Oh, it's not the monsters. I think there is something much worse here.
You guys can check out First Dwarf on Steam right now. You can go add it to your wish list. That's available just like all the other games here at the Expo today. You guys can go and Steam wish list everything. So make sure to go do that. Our next game coming up is from Sickinger Studio. It is a game where you can enhance your armor and combat abilities and run around and do different parkour stuff in an action RPG called Night Foretold.
The time has come. Go now, my son. Gird on the armor and bear thy commission. Venture forward into the darkness and bring forth light. For there hath been a prophecy of old, a night foretold.
Okay, that was Night Foretold. You can wishlist that on Steam right now, and also they have a Kickstarter that they're working on as well. So if you guys want to go support that game, if you want to support Night Foretold, you can check out the Kickstarter for that. Next up, we have a game from Wreck-It Games, which is a beautiful third-person open-world adventure, Elements.
For thousands of years, brave warriors have journeyed to Elamithia in search of 8 magical stones hidden throughout the world. These stones possessed unrivaled power and divided what was once a peaceful world. Many have tried and failed to harness the magic of the stones. But now, that quest belongs to me.
You guys can add Elements to your Steam wishlist today. So make sure you guys go do that. Check it out on Steam. Add it to your Steam wishlist. And we are actually going to go ahead and throw it over to NMP and the Variety Gaming Desk to discuss our RPGs.
Thank you so much, S-Fan. And honestly, I am so excited because those trailers just blew me away. Like, you can ask Chance. I was just beaming with excitement. But before we get into it, God, I have to say, check out the merch, guys. We have the merch. The merch, yes, that merch is on sale right now.
This is available.
Yes, that's available. This is available. Those are available. It's all available. Check it out right now, guys. OTKnetwork.com. You can scan this QR code thing, whatever that is, the barcode. I don't know what it is. I'm too old. But either way, Chance,
Yes, sir.
The games.
So, I mean, we love the merch, by the way.
Yeah.
So we got the RPG games. We have the honor to go over some of these.
Those were sick trailers, and Nick was actually freaking out.
I was freaking out. Like oh my God.
That isn't, like, he was actually like, what is this? Oh my God.
Our RPG games can be some of the hardest to pull off because they're just such I mess with my mic. They can be just such massive projects, especially these big open world games. And for these indie devs to kind of take on the task, it's a tough one to pull off. But let's talk about First Dwarf as our first game here. So right off the bat, one thing I noticed is that little dragon started out on your shoulder, and by the end, you were riding it. I don't know what the kind of progression is on the dragon there.
So you're thinking maybe it grows up and you end up using them as a mount? Flying around.
So you've got dragon management, you've got your mech management, which you can clearly see on the screen, and you've got your staple RPG farming mechanics of growing your house, your building. And speaking of building, I saw some connecting wires at one point, which is going to be some fun base management. So kind of seeing their take on all of the progression in this game is really going to be
it's really cool because normally you go around as a character yourself and do it, but you get in a mech that helps you kind of optimize how you get resources. And also the size of the world feels massive.
It is.
It feels like you see that mountain distance, you can go there.
And that's what I was saying with like these RPG open world type games can be so hard to do for an indie team. And this game looks to have pulled it off. But not only does the mech help you farm and whatnot, I saw it doing a little bit of combat at one point. So we've got farming, you've got combat, you've got exploration. And the way you explore is what looks to be on the dragon flying. I see lava at the bottom here. So not only are you exploring the islands, you're exploring the bottom. This seems like a really rich world to kind of dive into. And I'm really curious to see more. Anything you'd like to add, Seer?
You said it all, Chance. You are the variety gamer.
Okay, what does this game remind you of?
Risk of Rain 2. I'm just kidding.
Nick, what do you think? Because you were really excited. I do want to hear your thoughts.
Because you know me, I love to be able to build things and sit there and grind, by myself. And this seems like the perfect game for me to do that. There's a little dragon walking around talking to you. So I really, truly won't feel too alone, which is great in games like these.
I'm looking here. I see mana, and I see the back of the mech has a blue pool in it. Maybe you collect the mana, and it fills up the mech. Yeah, and there it is. So,
that is awesome.
Robot management. You see the dragon on the shoulder. We're going to have to wait to see more from these devs, I assume, to really see how it all plays out and how it all works together. But this is a massive open world, indie game, and it looks to be really cool just based on what we get to see here today.
I cannot wait to actually play this game. So let's check out the next one.
The next game on the list was Knights or Night Foretold?
Night Foretold. So can I talk about why this is so sick?
Go for it.
I mean, you can just see
Okay, there's nothing better than the satisfying movement in a game. And look at that. You fly over objects, you parkour, you can slide under a table.
I was losing my mind at this movement, by the way. Oh, my goodness.
I think the big highlight to this game is the movement, and it looks to be, instead of just simply swing your sword, it's a large... I want to know the control.
Did you see the loot drop right there? It was green, and he picked it up.
Yep. We're going to have uniques, legendaries, chests. The progression of this game I'm really curious about, but the actual combat looks really fun. I mean, I love the World of Warcraft looking character panel. I see the stats, I see armor, I see health, I see speed increase. Clearly the dev knows that the parkour is awesome and you can amplify your speed.
That is so sick.
I see a top-down open world here with probably quests. Guy just did a front into the city. So it seems to be a really big driving point for this game.
When you have fluid movement like that, it just creates an overall kind of, you get little dopamine points in between doing tasks, and just that alone is going to make it so fun to play. I'm 100% going to be playing this.
A lot of dopamine coming in from all the gear upgrades, and I can see it here. It keeps it pretty simple, and it's going to feel pretty good. So there he goes. This guy doesn't use doors. So I'm curious to see more about this game, but the combat and the parkour is the real highlight. I've never seen anything like that. That was a cool
Absolutely.
Flip.
You ready to check out the next game?
Yeah.
Let's check out Elements.
Yeah, next game on Elements. This
looks amazing.
This game looked like, it looks crazy. There's so much going on here. I want to know how
Look at that sword.
I want to know how big the dev team is because this is a massive project. There's so much going on. I saw multiple different weapons, so it's not just one weapon the whole time. I see tons of different mounts. I saw flying. I saw spells being casted. There's building mechanics.
Farming, crafting, gliding, climbing.
It has all of it. Even swimming. I saw some swimming mechanics at one point. So you're going
It looks like there's a lot of freedom, basically, to do what you want to do in it.
Look at the... Oh, this is...
And so it has everything, but then you look at the combat here, and again, you got multiple weapons.
Yeah.
So it's all
you
sorts
collect
of things.
resources, and you can cut down trees. I love farming in games. I'm a farming nerd when it comes to games. I love to be able to sit there, grind, collect resources, and then build, craft, make a base, make a house.
I mean...
It looked like you could make a little village. Like, do you know if it's multiplayer?
At one point I saw them.
I saw
lighting.
2 people in there.
Okay.
If it's multiplayer, that is crazy.
So we can play, and he can go do his own thing.
Am I not invited, or who's not invited?
No,
I think this game is gonna be sick.
You can play with Co-Carnage.
That would be awesome. My pleasure.
You want to play with Co-Carnage?
I would love to. I'm not good enough, so I probably don't deserve it.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think about this game, Nick? What do you think?
I think this game is beautiful. Like the weapons and like I'm kind of simple here, but the shininess of the weapons, like. Always attracts me like to play games. And
well, you can shrink as well. You can change depending on the mount.
I've seen different mounts. Mounts must have different abilities. Like this is right up my alleyway. Like I will definitely be playing this game.
I mean, the way you chop down trees is.
Oh yeah, you can build stuff. You can
farm.
Yeah. So this is. We just saw 3 amazing RPGs.
Yeah, those are massive projects, and I'm really impressed with all 3 of them.
You know what time it is here?
Ladies and gentlemen, back to S-Fan.
Well, thank you, Seer, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you. Guys, next up, we have a trailer for Evercore Heroes. Check it out. Evercore Heroes. Closed beta begins June 20th. I love that. I love the color palette of that, the fact that you can see all the mechanics, everything on the ground. And you know what else I love? I love the fact that we actually have an interview with CEO Travis George. Asmon, let's have a word with Travis.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. I saw a message in chat about 20 minutes ago that said, why don't we bring on some developers and CEOs and have them talk about the game instead of these goblins. And he's banned now. It's okay. But I'd like to welcome Travis George to the show. Thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. So what gave you the idea for Evercore? Because it's like it's got a MOBA-esque feel to it, but it looks like there's a lot more of a focus on PvE.
Yeah, so Evercore Heroes started out, and first off, like you said, it's pretty unique. It's not a MOBA, it's not an MMO, it's not an ARPG. It has elements of a lot of different games, but it's its own thing.
Of course.
And so somebody who played it the other day kind of described the experience as it's like competing for like a world's first, like every match with a lot more strategy and replayability. And so details-wise, like it's a competitive PvE, it's real-time, skill-based, and it's 4 teams of 4 basically going all out each other to save the world and prove that they're the best team of heroes.
And you get to beat that new boss that showed on the trailer.
Yeah, so the way the game works is that you and 3 other people join into a match. You and 3 other people join into a match. And everybody picks like tank, DPS, or support, the Holy Trinity.
Okay, so it has that.
It has that, and each, it's a hero-based game too, so each one of those is super unique and plays differently. And then we match you up with 3 other teams, and we put you into a stage, which is like its own self-contained like raid. And so you jump in, and each one's different, and you're all competing in real time to essentially outplay each other and take down the boss. And
so it's like you're almost like speed running.
Yeah, you know, actually, an early version of the game, it started out as kind of speedrunning.
Yeah.
But it really evolved into being more strategic. And the game itself is a lot more about really outplaying the other teams and thinking about what to do. So it's less element on like racing and more so about like gaining the advantage, outplaying each other and winning.
So what kind of friction ends up happening between like, you know, one team and another team if they're going against each other? Like, are they able to actually kill each other, or how does that work?
Yeah, so there's no PvP in the game, but we're all cracking up over here.
Yeah, awesome,
so there's no PvP in the game. There's no PvP in the game, but you're all competing essentially to gain advantages in the map. So there's you can power up, you can actually mess with other teams, you can make their maps harder.
Oh wow!
Actually, in the moment, you can actually real time like mess with them, like
so you can like grief them, like increase the mob's health, or make you know like an AOE happen.
Send enemies to attack their base and try to mess them up and get them out of their flow. You can steal resources from them, gain advantage. So you really have to outplay the other teams.
All right, that makes a lot of sense.
Is my mic even on?
Yeah, you can ask a question, Miss. Go ahead.
When you came on, people were saying spam this door to release Evercore. Is that a common thing around here?
It's probably some of the Evercore community. They're all watching. We have an awesome community that's been actually helping us build the game for the last couple of years. I think they're trying to like get. I think they're trying to like get us to like release a demo of the game or something.
Cool.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I saw them spamming like crazy. I was like, damn, that's a pretty solid community.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a community. And so can you explain a little bit, tell us a little bit about the development team and like your studio for making the game?
Yeah, so we're Vela Games, and this is our first game. We've been around for about 5 years, actually, and it started with 3 of us, and pretty awesome to have a couple really awesome, cool co-founders. One has worked in AAA for like 20 years on all kinds of different genres. One's an anthropologist who worked at Riot Games like twice over her different periods. And me, I've worked in games for 20 years now.
Wow.
AAA, got into MMOs because I was playing so much vanilla WoW.
All right.
And then eventually I ended up at Riot in 2008.
Okay.
And worked on League for about 9 years, including all the different kind of crazy modes like Dominion and Twisted Treeline and some of the stuff that nobody saw. But then also, I was the lead producer for like season 2 through 4. And after Riot, I really just wanted to do something different. And so we all got together and said, let's build a game studio that has a whole different range of people, but also can build games that are really unique. And what we wanted to do was build games that have a ton of like depth and mastery to them, but also that you can play with other people and not, you know, just like lose your shit and hate everybody.
So, because you worked on League.
I worked on League. Yeah, actually, several people on our team worked on League.
Okay.
So we kind of know firsthand that, you know, a lot of times when you're playing these games that you love, you don't really love the experience with other people.
Yeah.
And, you know, we can't solve internet toxicity or anything like that. You know, we're not going to do that.
So it's a lot better to get mad at the bosses in the game rather than the players in the game.
Yeah, and the game too is super cooperative. Right. So you really have to work together, play together, and so it's really about playing together. How do you get better at the game? Well, you have to learn everything about the game. You have to learn all the bosses' mechanics. But you have to also have to learn how to play together and work together as a team.
Right.
The best team will come out on top.
Makes a lot of sense. And if people want to support the game and play it, where can they go?
Yeah, so the closed beta starts on June 20th, and you can go to evercoreheroes.com and get into the Founders Pack, and that'll get you into the closed beta. Each Founders Pack also comes with a friend key, so you can bring a friend. So if you don't want to buy a Founders Pack, convince one of your friends to do it.
Right.
But also, like, we're super excited to be here, and we didn't want to just talk about the closed beta. We actually wanted to do something special for OTK.
Oh, that's nice.
And so I think what people are spamming the chat about is if you go to evercoreheroes.com right now, you can actually sign up, and we're going to run a limited time game night.
Oh, wow.
Community.
Oh, badass.
Like today. Like right after the show.
Oh, shit.
And so anybody can go sign up, play the game. Like all the heroes are unlocked. The game's free.
They get what they want.
Download it. And we'll run it through midnight.
Oh.
And so basically, however many people the servers can handle can come check it out. And also, we've been in closed testing now for like 2 years. And so the NDA is now gone. So if you want to make some content, get an early jump on streaming, you know, if anybody here does that kind of thing,
once in a while.
can check out the game tonight. And so go to evercoreheroes.com, play the game tonight, including the Hard Frost Harbor map, which we just showed, which nobody's ever played.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. And now, whenever I get home, I might actually try it out. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and thanks, chat.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, chat was very supportive. I was impressed. So again, thank you very much. Evercore Heroes, Travis, thank you so much. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to move on over to a break.
This was a really good day.
Guys, I am so sorry I'm late for our LARPing session. What is that?
We're playing Diablo 4 co-op on the Xbox Series X, and we got the bundle, so we have extra endgame items.
No, not that. That.
The couch?
Yes, it's an anachronism. It's ruining my immersion.
And the Xbox and the TV aren't?
The Xbox. Oh my goodness, I was gonna be busy for that day. I hope they're busy. I need the game to stay alive. You gotta do work. Do that.
Welcome back, everybody. That was 20 minutes till dawn. Make sure to check that out. You guys can go and add that to your Steam wish list as well. And also, a lot of people had questions about that Diablo trailer. And the answer is yes, Tectone was wearing deodorant in the Diablo trailer. So, yeah, he was. Don't worry. Next up, we have our next segment, which is Creator's Choice. Our first game for Creator's Choice is a tower defense game from Literally Everyone Games. That's the name of the studio. Literally Everyone Games. It's called Mob Factory. Check it out. That was Mob Factory. You guys can check them out on Steam right now. There's actually a demo available as well. So wishlist them and you can play the demo. You guys know Soda Poppin's a big tower defense guy, so we had to have a tower defense in our Creator's Choice. Another thing, speaking of Soda Poppin, you guys know about a little bit of a social deduction that he's done in the past. And our next game is just that. It's from World Makers. It is a social deduction horror game called Deceit 2.
I've been watching you.
All right, that was Deceit 2, which is actually in beta. It's actually in beta until the 12th of July. So you guys want to go ahead and check that out now as well. Make sure to Steam wishlist everything. Our next game coming up for Creator's Choice is actually from Barrel Smash Studios. Is it Barrel Smash Studios Party Limited? I think is that right? Okay, it's actually a roguelike action strategy game with building involved in it as well. And that game is called Riftbound. All right, that was Riftbound. Riftbound, make sure to check that out on Steam today. Make sure to wishlist that on Steam as well. And our next game is Free Jam. It's from Free Jam, it's from Free Jam, and it is a vehicle-based online PvP destruction shooter. So check it out, Robocraft 2. All right, that was Robocraft 2. Make sure to check it out on Steam. Add it to your wish list. But not only that, we have another interview available. So let's send it to Asmon for our next interview.
Oh man, I'm excited to do this. I love the games where you can just run into each other, and it's like it's almost like a what do you really want to call it? Like a sandbox almost for the game. So we're gonna be talking to Chris Cleveland, who's the community manager. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having me here. You've been having some incredible games here. I'm really looking forward to going back and wishlisting some of them as well myself.
Well, hey, thanks for being one of them. So what caused you to make this type of game? What was your inspiration?
So basically, this is a sequel to a game that the development studio worked on about 10 years ago. We were creating a series of block-based games where you can build things with blocks, Minecraft, a bit like that. And basically, we thought, hey, what if we just added guns? People were making these kind of... people were making a lot of single-player experiences, and we were like, hey, multiplayer, guns. Brilliant.
That's all you need, right? And so what happens? So do you queue into a game, and then what happens? Do you make a character? Is everybody the same starting out? How does it work?
No, everyone starts off with... you can get a starter bot to begin with, or you can download bots from the CRF, which is the Community Robot Factory. People can upload their robots so others can use them.
Okay.
But most of our most dedicated engineers are basically creating their own robots, but they're creating them out of logics and pistons, axles, all of these things. Recently, they've discovered how to make mech legs, or kind of like ant legs.
Wait, so they discovered that? They discovered that through the tech in your game?
Yeah, so basically they've been able to recreate ant movement. And that's what you get and see in that trailer just right there. That was probably some more in the B-roll footage as well.
Oh my God. Well, that is incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about your studio, Free Jam?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we are a development studio, completely independent. There's about 20 of us working on the game right now. We have been in the industry for about 10 years, and our focus is turning players into creators. Any game we make, we want you to make something. Be it Card Life, you make a sword, you design the actual character. Robocraft, you make the actual machine itself and bring it online, and others can watch it. And they make some weird stuff. There is a problem sometimes.
So are we going to have a situation like Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda, where like a lot of people start playing this game and they start inventing all kinds of like really, really crazy like different bots to use?
Yes, definitely. So at the moment, we've got flyers as well. We've got some people making drones. We've got people making catapults.
Okay.
And there's going to be some really interesting new parts as well. So we've got mech legs coming as well. So you'll be able to create your own mech as well. And then more flying parts and various other stuff. We also have every single map in the game is created using in-game tools.
Okay.
So we have also the objectives, and in the future, we're going to open that up to players. They can create their own maps and game modes, and that'll be really fun as well.
Oh my God! So they just at a certain point, they're just going to be making a game for you.
Yeah, I mean, if they can make a machine, they can technically make our game for us.
I guess that makes sense.
Uses the same tools.
It's a simulation. Yeah, I understand it. Well, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And people can wishlist this game right now on Steam. Is that right?
Yes, you can go to Steam to wishlist the game. You can also sign up for the playtest. And if you want to, and you want to play a really early version with kind of like scheduled time-based multiplayer, you could download it right now from robocraft2.com, the pre-alpha. But we have like hourly windows where we're testing the server because everything's server-side physics.
Oh, totally understand that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, best of luck to the game. It looks very exciting, and hopefully one day I'll be able to play it. And there you go. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah, I actually had a mod. His name's Free Jam, and he saw this, and he thought that somebody took his name or something like that. So
really?
It's really funny. I just had to say the name of the studio at the time. Anyway, we're going to throw it on over to have a little bit of analysis, expert analysis by the Variety Gaming panel.
Thank you so much, Zach. We are the Variety Gaming panel, and we're back to give some great analysis. But before we do that, I got something really cool to talk about. Not the merch. There's a Mech PC giveaway. Yes, that is right, chat. Make sure you guys enter into this Mech PC giveaway. It's a custom 1 of 20. It's super cool. I wish I had this PC. I'm going to enter it myself. It looks super sick. You can look in chat how to enter the giveaway and things like that. Yeah, it is amazing.
Pretty dang cool.
It does look cool. It looks cooler than anything I have currently.
I want that now.
I want it. It looks even better than normal Star Force PCs. I'm going to keep it real. Those ones are cool. Look at this. Look, I mean, this is just mind-boggling.
And they're already the best PCs in the universe, so this is even a step up.
This is the best PC of all times here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it is greater than LeBron James.
The best PC in the multiverse, if you will.
Yeah, whatever that might be. But yeah, look at that. Super cool, super sick. So, you ready to get into the games, Chance?
I absolutely am, Nicholas.
You look super excited. So
I am.
Let's just hop into the game.
So, Chance, I have to give it to you on this one.
Okay.
Okay. You are great at tower defense games.
I
know that's your thing. I'm not going to BS it.
You just don't have anything to say.
Chance,
no, I want you to talk about it. Go ahead.
Chance,
Let's talk about Mob Factory.
Yeah, it's a tower defense automation game for the lazy adventurer. Smelt down enemy loot and turrets and factories to automate never expanding dungeon from the comfort of your own tower. I mean, obviously.
Okay,
but I know you have passion for this, so you do it.
I am a massive tower defense fan. I grew up playing a lot of Warcraft 3 custom games. And the one thing that a lot of tower defenses don't have that I really love in these tower defenses, when you get to build the maze yourself. And I think I see that going on here. And it just keeps getting longer and longer and longer and going absolutely crazy. And there's a lot of different towers. I see some damage numbers coming out. But the mazing is really what feels good in these kind of tower defenses. So when I saw this, I'm like, yes, it's about time. It looks, I love the art style. I love the pixel art. The music seemed pretty good, at least in the trailer. I don't know if it's in the game, but I'm very excited for this tower defense game.
Me too, Chance. This is like a game that I'm going to play when I get home from a long day of work. I'm just going to get back and relax and, you know, sit there and play this game. It's super, super cool.
I mean, I want to know more about it because I see all those materials in the bottom left. And usually in these kind of tower defenses game, they keep it pretty simple. You know, you have your gold or cash, and that's your currency. But I see like 12 different currencies in the bottom. I don't know what those are. And that's one of those things you gotta learn. He's hovering over stuff, and it's certain required materials. I don't know how you get them. So a lot of unique things that might be coming out with the gameplay, with the whole map building and adding more squares and it getting longer and getting crazier over and over. I'm just really excited about this game.
So am I.
Well,
you know what?
The next one is a big one.
Let's talk about Deceit 2. Chance, you have a lot to say about Deceit 2.
I actually don't. I have some good things. Deceit, people love that game. A lot of our friends have played it. A lot of streamer groups go in. It's basically you find out.
Like a horror game where you're running away from demons.
Someone is sus.
Okay.
But it's a first-person
so there's one
game.
bad out of many.
You got to deduce who the bad person is, right? And looking at the trailer, it didn't reveal too much. But the fact that the first one is so, you know, people love it so much, and we're getting a second one, I'm really curious to see what else is added aside from a graphics update. Which
it looks amazing.
I'm seeing B-roll. This is the first time I've seen. All I've seen is the trailer, so I haven't seen too much.
So this is something you get together with, like, can you get with a group of 9 friends and you kind of...
I don't know how many, but yes.
Okay.
Something like that, and one person is sus.
Okay.
You have to close your chats, and you got to find out who the sus one is. Yes. And there's different ways to deduce it. There's a nighttime phase where someone becomes a bad, and that's when they start killing you.
Wait a minute. I've played this game.
You probably have, Nick.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wait.
Yes.
We played this.
Yes, we have played it.
Okay.
Yes, we have played it.
This is Deceit 2.
I'm excited.
It is. I don't know if it's like fully being announced. People didn't know it's happening, but when I saw it, I'm like, oh shit, they're making Deceit 2. That's awesome. So yes, this game, the first one is loved. People still play it to this day all the time, and now the second one, I don't know when it's coming out and all that, but I don't know.
Are you pretty good at being sussy in those games? Or like being a sussy boss?
He might have been one of the original sussy bots.
Stop.
Hey, you made a game popular, didn't you?
We're not going to bring that up.
Either way. You guys ready to talk about Riftbound?
Yes, so Riftbound. You both said you had no idea what was going on the screen when we were watching the trailer just a bit ago.
Yeah.
I did not say that at all.
Please explain this to someone like Sarah who doesn't get it.
Yes. Oh, help us.
Okay. It's clearly a take on Plants vs. Zombies in a way, at least the perspective of that, you know, horizontal shooting waves of guys coming in multiple different lanes. There's going to be different towers, I guess, that you place, and you survive as long as you can. It's a roguelike. So, you guys ever played Plants vs. Zombies?
I have not played that game before.
I was at that time too busy hitting the clubs, meeting women, and just driving really expensive.
Okay, well, this is what I see in this game is a variety of different towers, a Pikachu-looking thing in the back there. And I saw some map progression, kind of like Slay the Spire, where you select which direction you want to go, left, right, select loot, upgrades. I'm not sure how the roguelike elements are in this game. I'd have to play it to see, but I know that I see cards now.
Okay.
So it's basically a Plants vs. Zombies meets a modern roguelike, and they've got some other elements added in that are, you know, spells casted. It looks like, I don't know what they just did.
That looks like a boss fight.
I see barricades, boss fights, yep, and you got to survive. You got barrels being thrown, towers being killed. It's a really fun game.
You did a remarkable job at explaining that.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what? You want to put it in the test again? Let's explain RoboCraft 2.
Well, we got to talk to the dev, actually. So this was amazing. The fact that
you're talking about for RoboCraft.
Yeah, okay. Moving forward to RoboCraft.
Right.
We got to talk to the dev.
Yeah.
And I think it was really cool that they have a community of 16 million people, and the fact that they are literally
community manager.
Yeah, developing the game. Mm-hmm. They are creating vehicles and making mechs and fighting them against each other.
That is a crazy deduction of what this game is. One thing I really like is how it's a lot of community-driven stuff. So Warcraft 3 custom games have always been like bringing out some of the best, things in general when you allow your community to make stuff, and that seems to be the foundation of this game.
Yep.
You build your own crafts, or your community does, which you can download. But not only that, he said you're going to be able to build your own maps. He's got their community building like Centipede.
The community is making the game.
I mean,
what it is.
The physics and capabilities that it's giving the gamers themselves is absolutely insane. It seems like, each piece can be blown off. I don't even want to know the physics behind that.
Someone's flying there on the right side of the screen.
We've got flying machines. We've got centipedes.
Okay.
All of these are built by players, which is insane.
That is...
and then you throw it into this kind of twisted metal vehicle battle thing with flying stuff and walking stuff mixed in. I mean, shit, we might have a map with water and we'll have a
This
boat.
looks really cool, and I think Seer will be really, really bad at it.
Absolutely.
No. I would thrive in this environment. I'm not even joking.
No, you wouldn't. But you know what?
What?
You know who would thrive?
I know who would thrive in almost any environment. Ladies and gentlemen, back to S-Fan.
So stupid. Okay. We turned around and I was still on.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Thank you, Seer. Guys, we have from Julio Quiroz our first of our next set of games coming up. It is a 2D action fighting game called Resistance 2046. Resistance 2046. That looks sick. It's like it looks like a trash talk game. It might be one we might do in the future. We'll see. Guys, our next game coming up is from Soul Game Studio. It is a bullet hell Metroidvania type of game, and it's called Mini Shoot Adventures.
I forgot to remember my... Oh, that was fun.
That was Mini Shoot Adventures. Make sure to check that out on Steam. You can add that to your wish list. And also, as well as Resistance 2040X, you can add that to your wish list as well. All the games, you can add it to your Steam wish list. If you want to do that, make sure to go and check it out. There's going to be a whole page with all the games from the Expo on there that you can go through and you can add them all to your wish list if you guys like. And our next game is from Last Credit Games, and it is a top-down bullet hell arcade shooter, and it's called Bullet Casters. All right. That was Bullet Casters. You guys can check out Bullet Casters on Steam as well. You guys can add that to your wish list, add your Steam wish list to your wish list, get another Steam account, add everything to your wish list twice. It's going to be great. Bullet Casters, check it out on Steam. And our next game coming up is from Astrolabe Interactive, and it is an open world naval combat game. The game is called Aloft.
Aloft. Well.
All right, that animal update is coming. The animal update is coming.
They have cats
They're at the
now.
end of June.
Update.
You guys can get the demo right now. You guys can wish list it right now. Bit of a sandbox game, super cool looking. And for our next game coming up, it's from 85 Plus Games. It's I don't know. There's not too much to be said about this game. I don't even know who would try and own one of these games, but it's called Unrooted. You can check it out. You'll learn more about it.
Oh, well, fine. And that's the game I did it.
That was Unrooted. Yes, Unrooted, the game that Mizkif paid Sinak to work really hard on, and then he was going to take all the credit on it. So, Unrooted is available to be added to your Steam wishlist now. It's coming very soon, very, very soon. So let's throw it to the stage to discuss. Asmon?
All right, well, here we are. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. I think Resistance 204X was the first game. Miz, I mean, I'm sure you've probably taken extensive notes on the game. What do you think about this game?
Asmon,
Take a look at it.
I love this game. This is exactly what the Game Expo is all about for me. It reminds me of Nidhogg with a little bit of Lethal League, two of my favorite games. Really exciting to play this. I love the controller adaptability that you could do right here in the game. The art style to me is just something that stands out. It's that like 70s style that they're going for. Really pumped for this one, and I think it can go very far. And you can get it right now in your wishlist chat. Resistance 2040X. Go ahead and grab it. But Emily, what do you think?
I agree with what you're saying. We said earlier that this would be a great trash talk game, and I completely agree. I think it's the anti-air concept is also extremely cool and different, and I think it looks great.
So, Miz, you like Lethal League. Who's your favorite character in that game?
By far, the girl with the hair on it.
The girl. That's
the girl
cool.
is by far the best character.
The girl.
I play a lot of games, so I don't really remember characters as much.
Right. Yeah, this looks like a
focus on that.
fast-paced, cool fighting game. Really cool visuals, bright colors. It looks great.
Yeah, exactly like Lethal League.
Cool music.
Which I'm really excited for.
Yep.
Emmy,
One of
what's your favorite
games.
character, by the way, Lethal League?
Candyman.
Ooh. Do you have one?
Oh, they did the
It was
reaction
Candyman.
Oh.
It was
yeah,
Candyman.
the girl.
Not anymore, though.
Candyman.
No.
For the
it was
future
Candyman.
games
Makes
showcase.
sense. Next game,
Probably
Mini
a
Shoot
YouTube
Adventures.
video.
We'll take a look at that, see what people have to say. Any of you guys have any thoughts about that game?
Yeah, this game, I think it's a very unique style. I do like the camera, how it's panned out a little bit. This game is the kind of game, and I may be wrong, I feel like I'll be in like a Discord call with like people in OTK and like S-fans talking about a stream and I'm not really listening. So I'd play this game in like the background and just like kind of do both at the same time.
Oh, not listening to your friends. What else is new, Miz?
I just feel like it's a really it seems like a really chill game to play. It's the Galaga-like shooting with those kind of bosses look fantastic, and this actually reminds me of a game I used to play when I lived with Nick.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
I mean, I feel like this game obviously looks like it's a very, very chill game. You know, it's a very relaxed game. You can just sit back and play it. Which means that if I played this game, I would go absolutely fucking ballistic apeshit, getting mad at it, quitting the stream, getting mad at people, banning people, etc. But, I mean, to be honest, it plays very well. It plays very well. It's extremely responsive. I've seen this whole thing, I think, a couple of times already, and I was actually really impressed by just, like, the movement and everything like that. What'd you guys think about it?
One touch that I like is the bold outlines on all the projectiles for the bullet holes. So it's really easy to visually see what all's happening on the screen. So even when it's cluttered, it's very easy to read.
And I really enjoyed the smooth movement. It looks like butter, just the way that the character's going through it. So, yeah.
So, like, we had this game, and this is like a slow version of the next game, which is Bullet Casters. And it's kind of like, imagine if that game that we just saw had like 50 other ones at the same time, and they were happening and they were way faster. And so, like, I remember these types of games back whenever I would go to the arcade, and they cost a lot of money. It was like probably $3 or $4 just to get through the first level of this one. What do you guys think?
Reminds me of Toho, and it's got really cool bosses. I like the animations and colors.
I know I would be horrible at this game. It's like, it looks so hard, but that's like part of the challenge, right? Is being able to beat the levels. So it looks very, very fun and challenging.
Yeah, the art style really, I think, is what you're going to take from here. It's just a beautiful art style. It's the smoothness that you're having with the frames, I think, is just incredible to do as an indie developer. And overall, this game looks really great, Aspen.
You know, to me, whenever I watch runs of games like this, I've watched many bullet hell games like this. One of my favorite things to do is watch people play the game on ultra super hard expert, and then they do everything right, except for they get hit by one thing, and I call them stupid. That feels so good.
Have
It's like
you ever
watching
played
the
Super
Olympics.
Hexagon?
Say what?
Super Hexagon?
No.
See, Super Hexagon reminds me of this a lot. Where
Really?
You're like, it's crazy, like, feels Dankman style game, but at the same time, you're trying to...
So anyway, the next game is a loft here, and I kind of like that. I mean, so you have like a boat, but the boat is a rock, and instead of water, it's air, and like it makes sense because it's like a loft, because it's like lofty, it's in the air. So what do you think about that one?
This game is, I mean, in my opinion, this looks super cozy. This game just feels cozy, incredible art. I could see myself playing this with Britt, really excited about it. The flying mechanics in this game, I think, are also going to be very exciting. It just overall, the customization that's available. Bringing these games to light is really what the Game Expo is all about, and I'm really excited that it's here.
I wonder if you can actually make the turtle, because they had the turtle in the game, and that's part of the animal update that they're showing. But I wonder if you can actually like put enough rocks together and make it look like a turtle, and it's like it just turns into a turtle.
I know that they have the goat, so I think this game really does have everything. It has, you can customize, you can build, you can pet animals, which is coming soon.
Yep, that's what's important.
Yes, exactly.
The flying mechanics alone are very impressive for an indie developer. And also having a boat in the air that customizable is...
This is not your handwriting, dude. Who's...
What the fuck is going on over there?
This isn't your handwriting.
What are you doing?
This is Chance's handwriting.
What?
They literally stole Chance's notes.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Everyone cheated on school. I thought I'd do it.
That is
well,
actually
speaking
true.
of stealing somebody else's stuff, let's actually look at the next game, Unrooted.
Yeah, so this is just basically Jump King.
Yeah, so I was actually about to say, this game reminded me a lot of Jump King.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you're the developer, right? So is there going to be pay to win in this game?
There will be no pay to win.
Why not?
I actually chat, to talk.
No, look at your notes. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't need notes. I played a lot of platformers in my day. I played like Jump King, and I'm really excited to be here. This game we've been working on for a few years now. I actually had Sidak grab a bunch of people, and they've been working on this game tirelessly for a few years. We actually had it almost complete about a year ago, but we wanted to basically revamp it to make it super exciting for chat. It's a unique playstyle to platformers that hasn't been done, but it's a cute game. It's very simple. It is similar to Jump King, but there's a lot more technicals to it. You can stick to walls. The jumping style is different, and you can't get it yet. It's actually available for your wish list right now, but we're looking to fully put it out there in like November or December of 2023.
So is there going to be like gacha in the game?
Why do you think I'm just going to put gacha in the game?
Well, I've been playing a lot of recent games.
Do you think I'm not going to do? There's no gacha in the game.
Okay,
Nothing.
all right. Well,
it's just
I tried, guys.
Game,
hey, it is what it is. Amy, what do you think of this game?
I think this is what the Games Expo is all about. This really reminded me of a game where I'll be laughing until my stomach hurts.
Yeah.
But I like the new environments that have been added. It's nice to see that more progress has been made on this game. It looks really cool and cute, and yeah, I'll be excited to try it.
I think the game looks kind of bad.
Ooh.
On opposite day. It looks great, really great. I could tell the developers put a lot of love into it, and I like the characters. They're really cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long journey with this game, a very expensive journey, and but it's really fun to have your own ideas come to life. I have a great team that worked on it, and being able to showcase this game in front of all you guys today is really what the Game Expo is all about, and I'm just glad to do this. Thank
That's
you,
crazy. So anyway, I want to go ahead and remind you guys that this is your last chance, actually, to vote. And if you want to vote for the game that's going to get $25,000. And again, that's going to be happening just probably a little bit right after this break that we're going into in a minute here. But I want to say make sure to vote now, because this is going to be your last chance, and then we're going to announce the winners of the whole expo. So thank you guys so much already for voting and for watching and everything. We're going to go to the last ad break, and then we're going to look at who won. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. You guys just saw Toland Worlds. You can play pre-alpha and you can sign up for updates at tolandworlds.com. So that's about it. Aspen, you want to take it away?
Yep, well, there it is, boys. Well, we went through a lot of games today. I don't even know how many. There were dozens of them.
A lot,
and,
several dozen.
A lot of you guys had a lot of votes as well. So in just a couple minutes here, we are going to go ahead and let you all know who actually is going to be winning the collective $50,000. So again, there's going to be two different categories. There's going to be Chat's Choice and also the OTK pick. So as soon as we get word from production, we're going to go ahead and let you know. So, man, I feel like a lot of the games look really nice this year. I'm excited.
I was very, very impressed. Very impressed with a lot of the games coming out this year here at the Games Expo this year. So I know this is a hard choice. This is a hard choice for a lot of people going to the Discord and making sure to vote. Again, this is for $25,000 for each voting. So a total of $50,000 is going to be given away. And we're incredibly excited, man. I mean, just the opportunity to show off all these indie games. I mean, there's a lot of developers, man, that, you know, people that are really talented. They have really good ideas. They work really hard on all this stuff. And how many guys did we talked to a few guys today that it was just one.
It's right? One dude sitting in his room. It's like, yeah, I'm at my studio. It's called my room.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. And so, yeah, I love that. I feel like that's really what gaming has turned into, right? I mean, you've seen so much democratization of gaming, like platforms like Steam that allow you to upload. You have, like, you know, tools, resources, the whole internet, everything like that. And honestly, we're here for it. And I feel like we've had so many just absolutely crazy indie games pop off over the past, like, I'd say 5 or so years. And I think they've been, I would say, genre defining. You
absolutely.
Look at something like Vampire Survivors.
Literally
defined a genre. You look at something like Valheim even, like, you know, kind of reinvented a bit of a genre. And I'm happy to be part of it, man.
It's super, awesome. Super cool, man. I mean, getting to do this show last year and then doing it again this year. I mean, it's an incredible amount of work goes into it. Our production team, our staff, of course, the wonderful WePlay studio.
I want to re-emphasize here that, you know, the people that are really doing a lot of the work, well, I guess, okay, let me do, okay, yeah. Right now, you don't see the people that are doing a lot of work, right? It's been mainly the other people behind the camera and behind the screen, but we did just get word of the winners of Chat's Choice and the OTK pick. Yep.
Before we do that, let's bring up everybody else.
Yeah, let's actually bring everybody.
Let's bring up everybody else who does all the work.
We're doing it yet. All right, let's do it.
Oh, you okay?
Whoa. God. We love it.
It's a tradition.
Ah, yeah,
it's a tradition.
True. So true. All right, everybody make it up? Okay, all right, we're safe. Okay, so the winner of Chat's Choice is going to be the engineer. Woo! Big surprise. There it is. Congratulations to the engineer.
Congratulations.
And that was the one that made fun of me. So thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. That's great. And we also have the winner of the OTK pick. And that game that we chose is going to be Creature Keeper.
Woo!
Yeah!
Gentlemen, we've had an incredible, amazing, crazy show, and I want to say thank you to everybody who's watched. Thank you to everybody who's made this show a reality, from our production team to our sponsors to everything else in between. Thank you guys all so much. This show has been a tremendous success, massive for us, and we really appreciate all the everything you've given us. So thank you so much. And Mad Mushroom as well.
Mad Mushroom as well.
That is, I can't believe it. Wow. 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 There it is. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, boys.
Bye.
Peace.
That's what
See ya.
the Expo is all about.
Peace.
That really is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm in that, bro. No, I was gonna make that future games a future game show its own. Like no, I put the title. Yeah, no. Sorry, I will be making the future game show reaction on a different day during like 5. I've been here like for what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 4 hours?